Dr. Della here, Educational Consultant and Confidentist Institution for Internationally Trained Dentists. Today we have invited Dr. Neda, our Senior Instructor of ACJ and AFK in this institution, to speak about her personal experience with NDEB and her practice in Canada. Hello, Dr. Neda. Thank you for accepting our invitation and putting the time and effort to be here today. Could you please just give us a little bit of summary about yourself with the NDEB experience that you had when you came to Canada?
Hello, and thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure, actually. My name is Neda, and I'm a general practitioner practicing in Canada for almost 6 years, and it's a pleasure that I have this opportunity to work in Confidentist as well. Actually, the way of NDEB for myself started almost in 2013, which after my landing to Canada. And after submission my documents to NDEB, which actually took a little bit more than usual longer time because they did not accept my translation. At the initial, submission of these documents, I redid it again, repeated the translation again. And I enrolled for AFK exam, which was in February 2014. At the beginning, I found that this road is very tough, long, and challenging, Yeah. And to be honest, because of some negative comments and words that I heard from other people who actually took the exam before me, it was a little bit hard to make decision that should I go to this road or should I quit, something like that. I buckled up myself. I made a decision that I need to go through this pathway. Dentistry is my passion. It is something that I decided to choose as my career. So I didn't listen to negative point that I was hearing regarding this pathway. And I sacrificed my time to study in this pathway, to be honest. I was away of social events, all of the funds were off for me almost for 1 year to get prepared for these exams. Because I knew that how hard it is, and it was good that I could pass all of them, at first attempt. Something that I want to tell other people regarding my experience is just try to focus on this road as much as possible, If it gets taking the exam like twice, it gets harder. So if they can pass at once, it is easier, It is like motivation to continue.
Yeah, like every step you take forward, it's just like you're one step closer to the end of the road.
Yes.
And yeah, it just gets you motivated a lot.
Exactly.
I totally agree. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. That was really nice. So how did you choose between the direct licensing and going back to university? Like which path did you take? I know you took the exams, but why didn't you go to school?
I didn't choose anything, to be honest. I put myself in a two-way path.
Oh, okay.
I knew that taking ACS is very challenging, I knew that ACS exam was very challenging, even these days, We cannot predict the result of ACS.
Yeah.
So I knew that if I have a very high score at AFK, I have opportunity to continue the direct licensure and have opportunity to go to university. So I just focused on AFK. I studied a lot and tried to get high score, which I could actually got that high score. In such a case, I was in safe zone,
Yeah.
In case that it was a failure on ACS, then it was easier for me to submit my documents for university.
Yeah, so you kept your options open.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
this is something that I always actually recommend to my colleagues, that for AFK exam, please do not think that you just need to pass the exam. It is good to have high score, then you don't miss anything.
I see. Okay, thank you. So how do you think we can get a high score? Like, do you think coaching has a really important role to get a high score? How can we get a high score?
For getting high score, I know many of the doctors that want to take the exam. They are very smart, very talented dentists with vast of knowledge, in dental field. But being fitted and matched to a new system is another story. Yeah, you need to know. It's like a game. How you need to be prepared, for a game to win.
Yeah,
and
the rules.
It is very important. Beside to self-studying, have a mentorship, have someone beside you that keeps you in a track, guide you in any area and aspects that it is gray. It can save time, it can save energy, and actually I would say it gives confidence, to pass the exams. So I recommend. But something beside to all of these things that I need to add is the instructors in any institute that actually they held the courses for NDEB exam, they try their best, but the participant need to rely and trust themselves as well. We are here to help. But if they join the course and they did not try their best, they cannot pass the exams.
Yes, in the end, it's the effort that we
Yeah.
put ourselves. Like the
Exactly.
institution cannot do a miracle, but just, as you said, just guide people through the right path.
It is very important. Actually the courses can, it's like shortcut.
Yes.
It's like shortcut. I remember when I started studying at that time, there was no, not too much information like today. My reference was Dental Deck,
Oh, okay.
to be honest, because it was 130 references on NDEB website that I knew I could not study all of them.
Yeah, it's not practical.
So I started with Dental Deck, and then after Dental Deck, I tried to study the bank of released question, and I found that finding the accurate and correct answer is not very easy. Sometimes it took me 5-6 hours, effort to actually go through, analyze one question for the best answer.
One question only?
One question only. And I was fortunate at that time that I met Dr. Mehdi. He actually passed the equivalency process with significant scores. And we were a group of international dentists that joined him. And we passed the exam under his mentorship and guidance.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, how long have you been instructor here? How is your experience with instructing?
It's been almost 6 years. It was 2015 that I joined Dr. Mehdi as an instructor, The first time that I got the offer was after I've got my AFK result. But it was very hard for me to make decision, because I had ACJ and also I had skills exam in front of me, which I needed to be prepared within 3 months for both of them.
Both of them? You took both together?
Yeah, because in the year of 2014, the exams were offering just once in a year.
Oh,
so
okay.
if I wanted to actually miss one of them, I needed to wait 1 more year, It was a very long time.
Oh.
So I decided to focus on my exams rather than, joining for instruction, to be an instructor. But immediately after I took my OSCE and board exam, I joined Dr. Kadivar, I think after 2 weeks
Oh, cool.
of
Nice.
just taking my exam, yeah.
We're happy that you did. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you for your nice word.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about after graduation, like graduating NDEB and get your license. So not get your license, let's talk about getting your license actually. So after you took your board exam and passed it, so what was the steps, what were the steps afterwards? Like, could you just go to practicing directly, or did you have to take other examinations or anything else?
After the result of board and OSCE, we need to actually get certification from NDEB.
Yeah.
So immediately after the results were out, we submitted some documents to NDEB, which was proof of language, good standing from back home, like the organization that we have in any country that we used to work, and citizenship, PR, or some letter from some immigrant, organization.
That you're allowed to work in Canada.
Exactly. And also ethic, our CDSO ethic exam.
Oh, there's an exam for ethics.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we took I prepared all these documents beside to taking that exam, and then I was registered by Royal College of Dental Surgeons in Ontario to practice as a dentist in this province.
Okay, so actually after passing the NDEB exams, you're going to have to take another exam as well. Okay, well, that's
which is ethic,
Yeah. Okay,
this is online exam.
Oh, it's an online. So it's not, I see. So it's not going to be that hard like the other exams
it's much
that we have
easier.
To go through?
It's much easier.
Okay, so it's because at that point everybody's like very tired of going through something like this. Okay, so I know that like back home, like in Iran, after we graduate and get our degree, we have to like work for government for a couple years before we're able to have our own practice. So does that anything like that applies to practicing here as well, or just like like the moment that we get our license, can we have our own practice?
Yes, this is like immediately after you graduate and you take your certification and license in any province that you want to practice, you can start practice, as a dentist. There are different options for dentists in Canada to work. They can be associated dentists, they can start a dental office from scratch, or they can buy a, existing practice. It depends on the personality of each dentist, how they like to work. Something that I really would like to add here is, NDEB dental exams is not just exams to get the license. To be honest, these exams prepare the international dentists to be fitted and matched to Canadian health system. When you take judgment exam, which is clinically judgment, regarding each case, this is exactly the same as what we practice, what we see every day in dental office. This is the reason that I think any people that who wants to take these exams just do not say, it is not right to say, I need to pass to have my license. No, it is the best time or opportunity that they have to be fitted to the health system in Canada.
Yeah, wow, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Very well put. Thank you. Yeah, I was waiting for someone to say that out loud.
Yeah, this is, very important part. It is not just, pass the exam and that's it. Everything is finished. No, it is not like that.
Yeah, it's just like it's an opportunity, as I said, to just increase your knowledge as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Refreshing, your knowledge and knowing everything.
So, how was finding a job, like after you got your license? How was that journey?
For me, it wasn't that hard. One of my friends actually introduced me to a dental clinic, which I started my job there. Actually, I started as associated dentist. And then after a while, I joined 2 more dental offices. So besides to having my own office, which me and Dr. Kadivar are with each other, I practicing in 3 other dental offices at that time as an associated. Nice. It was a little bit tough and hard, but a very good experience for me because I learned a lot. The way that the dental offices are running in Canada is very different from what we have, at least I would say, in Iran. I don't know about the other countries, So I learned a lot working with these offices. I saw different population, different cultures, how we can manage them, you know. Amazing experience.
Yeah.
I was lucky, I would say that. And now it is easier for me if I want to manage another dental office, or how we manage now our office.
All right. Okay.
As I told you, it is a personal decision,
Yeah.
but I think it is wiser to start as an associated dentist after certification, and then if everything is perfectly fine and if people know everything regarding how the dental offices are running and managing, they can start their own.
Okay, thank you. So I just want to squeeze a little small question in between. So
That's
like pay-wise, is it like different to be an associate or to have your own office? Like I know it's different, but like is it a very like drastic difference?
If I answer to this, it's a little bit, you know, hard question to be answered. Working as an associated dentist is very easy,
Okay.
because the only responsibility that we have as an associated dentist is treating the patients in a proper way. You know, managing the office, problem with the staff, purchasing the material, repairing, you know, the equipments, is all of them on the shoulder of owner.
Yeah.
So to be honest, less headache to be an associate.
Yeah.
Regarding if we have dental office, at the end of the road, it gives us having an asset. Another one is we can run the office the way that we like, you know, because when you are associated, you need to follow the rules and policies of that office. So it depends on the personality of each dentist. Many of the colleagues say, no, we don't want to handle the managing of the offices, too much headache for that. And then at the end of the road, when you compare, you can see the income is almost the same.
I see. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Thank you. All right. So you said that practicing here is different than practicing back home. You said about like cultural differences. Is there any other difference that you can talk about?
The main difference that I saw in Canada is ethic. That we took actually the course for that to be prepared. Another one is about record keeping, which in Canada is more detailed, and actually it is very important that for any patient we actually have a very accurate chart and record. Because if there is any problem for any patient, like complaining, the first thing that comes up is the record keeping.
Yeah.
We didn't have such a thing back home. It wasn't like as detailed as something that we do in Canada. Another one is the system, the dental system here is running mostly by insurances, you know. Many of the patients, they have dental benefit. I don't like it, to be honest. You know why? Because most of the treatment plans that we offer to the patients will be changed because of the type of insurance that the patient carries, or actually the benefit that the insurance will give them. So the patient says that this treatment plan is good, but please do whatever my insurance will pay.
Yeah.
So people get used to this system. And most of the time, you know, I know it is not good for the patient, but I don't have any other choice rather than follow what patients, you know, asks for. This is another difference. Back home, the insurance and dental benefits was not like here. So most of the time, we had comprehensive treatment plan for the patients. They were following.
So you're gonna have to do what actually like is 100% necessary in order for the insurance to pay, because they don't want to pay out of the pocket.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's huge. Okay. Thank you. And you've already answered all of my questions, I guess. So I think you have already answered this, but once again, like if you can add anything to it, like do you have like, can you like tell us a little bit about pros and cons of practicing in Canada? Like you already did, I guess, just a summary.
I cannot say something like pros and cons for dentistry in Canada or anywhere, you know. We have decided to be dentists.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, right, that's true.
We knew and we are trained how to actually face with different challenges and difficulties that we face every day in dental practice. To me, dentistry is a rewarding job.
Yeah.
I never look at this job as a business, which is negative point in Canada, to be honest. You know, we are healthcare provider. We are in the health system. Today, dentistry is not like just drilling and filling the tooth. The care of the mouth of patients and their oral health is the responsibility of us. So we need always to be updated, to upgrade our knowledge, to be fitted to any new system and equipment that is presented in the market. The expectation of many patients are high these days, you know, so we need to know everything. Patients are aware what's going on. So it's very good actually, because dealing with the patients with good knowledge is much easier. Yeah. So we need to be prepared for everything. I guess being in a health system, as I told you, is rewarding and it is a very good opportunity. So let's just talk about the positive points,
Yeah.
which can keep us, you know,
Yeah.
happy
Yes, sure.
in our job.
Okay, so I think, yeah, I do have one last question, maybe a little bit tricky again. So was it all worth it, like going through the NDEB process, doing all this, moving here, living here, practicing here? Was it worth it? Like, would you do it all over again if you go back, if you had the choice?
Going through dentist, being a dentist,
No, the NDEB,
just NDEB.
like immigration to Canada specifically, and going through NDEB process and like so
on. For immigration to Canada, maybe yes.
Yeah.
Let's, you know, do not talk about it in detail because it is a personal decision.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yes.
I didn't move to Canada because to be a dentist in Canada. Anyone who immigrate to other countries, they have some personal reasons for that, okay? But taking the NDEB exams, 100% my answer is yes.
Cool.
Yeah, it is yes.
Nice.
You know, NDEB these days shows actually some improvement in their approaches, honestly.
How's that?
One is offering exams twice in a year, which is much better, you know, in the year of 2013 and 14 that I took the exams. So this can actually eliminate and remove the stress of 3 days back-to-back of judgment and a skills exam. People can take judgment first and then they have a break and then they can be prepared properly for a skills exam, which is good.
Yes, yes.
Another one is I found that the protocols that they offer recently for a skills exam is very well detailed. The year that I took the exam, it was vague. Many gray zones we had in the protocol.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. But these days, it's very clear. So I think taking the skills exam based on that protocol can be easier.
Yeah.
We didn't know at that time, for example, many of the parts of a skills protocol. These are some actually positive points to me. Let me talk about the negative point as well, you know?
Please, yes,
because I am interacting with many international dentists. I'm not their teacher, you know? All of you are my colleagues. And I just want to share my experience with you because I had this pathway with success, okay? The negative point of NDEB is that if anything happened in the exams, if they actually recognize something like cheating, they void the result for all people.
Yeah.
It is not fair to me.
Yeah.
You know, it is just adding up unfairness to an unfair condition.
Yeah.
Cheating is not good. I don't like it. You know, we need to follow the standard of exam.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
true.
right. You know, I told you this exam, it is not just for pass or fail.
Yeah.
It is to be fitted in a healthcare system. So
Yes, exactly.
if something happens, it is not right to do unfairness to all the participants. I think NDEB needs to adopt their secure system. So in case that cheating happens, actually they need to void that specific group of people.
Yeah.
The people who takes the exam, these exams, they actually spend lots of money. Financially, emotionally, you know, they put everything, they sacrifice everything. And it is not just about one person, it is the whole family. I know many people, they have children, small kids, you know, it's very tough. It's very tough. So I hope one day NDEB made these modifications and corrections that if somebody takes something in a wrong way, it don't affect all the people.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Yes, I agree. Like that happens like a couple times this year. So
Specifically during this pandemic, you know?
Yes, yeah, like it happened in December and a lot of people got weighted just like because like 1-2 person just go and cheat and like everybody goes down with it.
Yes, it is not fair.
Yeah, it is not. Yes, okay, thank you. So do you have like any advice, any last point you want to add to whatever that we said?
I just wish luck to all the people who wants to actually take the exam. I need to thank you to all the international dentists who actually join the classes and trust me, at least, you know. They spend their Sundays with me, which is Sunday is fun day.
Yeah.
So being in the class, studying for a long time, like 7 hours, 8 hours is not easy. Thank to all of them. The other one is please trust, you know, your mentors and your instructors. To be honest, I know that all of the instructors at Confidentist, they try their best to be updated. We study beside, you know, all the people who wants to take the exam. So still, I am talking about myself, and I know Dr. Kadivar, how sacrificed their time to actually prepare the material. They are very accurate, well organized, detailed. Follow whatever your head instructor, you know, advise. And the other one is if you have extra time, it is go to study beyond the handout.
Yeah.
It is not just sticking to the handout and it is enough. I told you for AFK exam, please try to have a high score.
Okay, so I am a living proof of that. So I can like say here, but like spending Sundays at your class, like it was fun. Seriously, like it was it was when like I learned a lot from you myself, like, and I want to thank you for that. Like passing AFK was like I owe it to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for your nice word. It is something that makes me actually very happy and delighted. And when I find the other people pass the exams with very good result, when they gain whatever they want, it's like the best reward for me, to be honest.
That is amazing. Thank you very much.
You're
it's
very
the truth.
welcome.
And so that's everything. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation again and being here today. I hope that we have answered all of your questions about after the graduation and also in between. If you have any other questions, you can always message us, email us. You can always be updated with the information with our social media, Instagram and Facebook. We're here with you. Goodbye and have a good day.